Segment before the coach. I'll have practice tonight, and UT Martin set to take on Jacksonville State in a matchup that's coming up Saturday. That's a 3 o'clock start. I'm still confused about all noon start, 6 o'clock start, 3 o'clock
Is it
start.
3?
It's 3 in
Three,
Jacksonville.
okay.
Is that right, guys? I hope that's right. Yeah. So kind of meeting in the middle. Okay, you've talked about how talented Jacksonville State is and the difference they are. Even from last year's solid team, what do they present? What are they good at? What separates them from some of the other teams?
Well, defensively, they're able to put pressure on the quarterback, just rushing 4 guys. And sometimes they can just rush 3 and get there. But and they're able to play a 4-man front and get pressure and play 2 high safeties over the top of it. And it's very difficult to throw the football versus that Tampa 2. And then they start bringing a 5-man pressure and still can play zone coverage behind it. But now when they bring a 5-man pressure, then you've got not as many double teams in your slide protections. And so now you've got, 3 defensive linemen, and 2 of them now are getting single blocked, and then that increases their opportunity to put pressure on the quarterback. So that's what they do defensively. And then you go offensively, they've got the statistically the best running back in the league, who's a league MVP, or I guess second to Garoppolo last year, but. And he's probably a 100-yard-a-game rusher, an outstanding player. I think last year he rushed for maybe 1,500 yards or something. And, got a running quarterback with it, a couple good wideouts. They're good up front. So, you say, well, we got to go in there and win this game, 14-13, 16-15, whatever it takes. All right. But, they put up 600 yards, 52 points this last week. And so, therefore, now that 4-man rush, as they get on you offensively, now can put their ears back and rush because they know you got to throw the football in order to get back in the game. So, difficult.
A lot of athletes there. Did you live in Jacksonville?
Yeah, I coached there for 3 years.
Yeah, and lived there. And
yeah.
I was telling, for most of our folks have never been to Jacksonville, Alabama.
Yeah.
They confuse it with Jacksonville, Florida. It's
yeah.
not. It's probably, is it smaller than Martin or about the same size?
No, it's about the same size, I would say. Okay. About the same amount of eateries and things now, but there wasn't when I was there. Really, all they had was Jefferson's, McDonald's, Burger King. Now there's a few.
I will say we have more 4 lanes than they do in getting there.
Right. Yeah. Of course, you got to go. Once I guess it's probably only 15 miles from Jacksonville to the interstate. There, 15, 16 miles
down to Oxford.
Yeah, but there's 30 red lights.
Right.
There is. I've counted them. There's 30 red lights from Interstate, 20
yeah.
up there to, go through Oxford and Anniston and up to Jacksonville. But that was a good place, a beautiful stadium, as you know, 25 skyboxes in an OVC stadium. And, it's a nice place. They've done a great job with their facilities.
How strong, and you recruited in that area, is the high school football right there in Georgia and in Alabama?
Well, you're 70 miles from Birmingham, and then you're about 90 miles from Atlanta. So you can draw, a 2-hour radius, and then you're an hour and a half from Huntsville. So you can draw a 2-hour radius.
You're not far from Chattanooga, are you?
No, it's a little over 2, but not that far. And they get a couple players from there, but they, that North Georgia area, down in that Atlanta area to the Birmingham, and then you're sitting there in the state of Alabama, and then you can get the transfers from Alabama, from Auburn, from Georgia. That's they've got some from Ole Miss, and done a great job. And I don't know, at one time did they have, I think they had plans maybe to go to the Sun Belt, and that's why they increased that stadium and put so much the money in their facilities, and for whatever reason at this point hasn't worked out. But it's certainly, there's not, I don't know of any other places in FCS football across the country that's got a nicer stadium.
Was Cooter Browns there when you
were
the barbecue place?
The ribs right there as you come in. So I was single back then, so didn't have anything else to do, so I hung out there some.
So you've been there. Coach, talk about UT Martin, what you're going to have to do.
Yeah, all kidding aside, it's they're good. They're good. We're going to have to play a very good game. We're going to have to, you can't go into the game and say, hey, we're going to throw it 65 times, because that defensive line will pin their ears back and stuff. You got to mix a run in there and find your opportunities to make some good plays. And we've done that for the most part this year. We just had, we hadn't got to that 35, 40-point range. And so, it's going to be a great challenge for our offense. And defensively, it's a two-headed monster, because that running back is as good as advertised, and now they got the quarterback playing so well. He pulls it, and then he's probably 6'2", 200 pounds, and he can go the distance anytime he touches it as well. So for us to win, when you look at it, you're gonna have to see some turnovers by them. You're gonna have to see our special teams not only change the field, maybe even score. All right, it's not about statistics this week. Okay, I mean, as we see, those are very misleading.
Right.
You know, we need a short field, and somebody go make a play, and you got one touchdown, and then they put another one on the ground, and then miss a tackle, and then we're able to score. If there's ever a time to win ugly, it'll have to be this week, and that's okay. They all count, and it's going to be a total team effort. And hey, we're looking forward to the challenge.
Okay, Coach, got practice tonight?
Yep, 7:00 tonight. So anybody out and about, stop by, and these kids are working hard for you. We're not getting the result that we want right now, but it'll come.
Okay, Coach Jason Simpson will come back with more from Snappy Tomato Pizza on the Skyhawk Sports Network.